What's up, everybody? Vash here with another video. Using a tripod this time. I know that was suggested from some of you, so I just wanted to let you know, doing it today. But I kind of want to show you guys what's going on this week. Unfortunately, we'll start here. Unfortunately, this is down. I'm having a bit of an issue with PTFE tube not staying in there. And I realize I'm not the only person who's had this issue. A number of people have reported it to Creality, and it really, really sucks. But let me actually just think this out. So the extruder gear, not the extruder itself, but the motor, but the gear itself, the actual top part that actually holds in the PTFE tube, that actually wears out really quickly. So I've seen a number of people, and I'm going to attempt this myself, but I just got to get some tools together before I do it. They've actually heated up right here at the top and slice this off, and then actually twist on I'm blanking on the name of the component right now, but another part to hold on to the PTFE tube, and that's been fixing a lot of people's problems. So I'm going to attempt that myself. I just got to get my hot gun, and then also a knife so I can cut it. But so far it's worked for a number of people. If I actually wait for another replacement part, which I have actually ordered already, that's not going to get here till March because they don't ship out till March. And at the end of the day, those are eventually going to have the same problem because they're the exact same part. So I kind of want to see if I can actually fix that and start printing again, because I'm actually pretty much close to done with my review of this printer. I like it, but it has problems. And I'll go over that in my initial review of it when that comes out, so look for that. But yeah, that's what's going on with this. So at the moment, I can't print anything with this, but I've printed some really cool stuff with it so far. If you've seen my short, you saw the T-Rex skull, which I still have to print the actual pole that holds it up, and then the base. There is an optional file that holds the rest of the body, but I'm probably going to print that, but not at 200% scale. This is at 200% scale. Definitely not. If I had enough room, I would build a tall T-Rex, but I don't have the space for it. Plus, I would actually want to do it in actual bone color. I just printed it in this because, one, it's what I had at the time, and two, I actually really like the color. So, but look out for the rest of that, because once this is done, I will print the base and the pole to hold that up so I can actually display it correctly. But yeah, unfortunately, that's the situation with this. So for now, sadly, everything else works with it. I don't want to bust out a review right now, but I like the CFS outside of it being loud. I like the build size. I like everything so far. It's a poor design on the extruder setup. It is. It just is. I've had so many issues with it, little things. Thankfully, it was little stuff that I could fix, but this is a major one that I'm probably can fix. It just, I need a little bit more equipment to work on that. But yeah, unfortunately, that's just where we're at with this right now. One of the other things too that I want to talk about is I know online there's a lot of people that have thoughts on this, but this is a Nautilus blower for my K1. And I believe they make this for the K1 Max and the K1C. I was actually very curious to see if there's anything that would like improve part cooling. So I got this. I know there's a lot of people online that don't like it. I've seen it on the forums where people just like trash people who buy it, but I'm genuinely curious if this is better than the stock blower that comes on it. So I will be trying this out. It looks like this was printed in SLS. Pretty good quality, but what's this called? It's the Benzi Nautilus blower. I think when I bought this, it was 20 bucks. I did buy this during the holiday, but I just have not installed it yet. So if anybody out there has installed this, let me know your opinion, because I am curious. I am going to try it myself, see how it goes. But if you've installed this or printed this out yourself and tried it, let me know. I'm very curious as to how it worked for you. My hope is that it does improve part cooling and so forth, but we'll see. I've seen this particular design for the X1. And so far, a number of the people that I've seen that use that said it's good. So hopefully this works for the K1. Right now on my X1, I just got through printing out the rest of the volume switch that I'm making for my PC. I did order all the parts from AliExpress, but they should be here soon, at least from what I was emailed in my purchases. But considering at the time of this recording, all the things going on with shipping between US and China, hopefully they make it here without any issue. Although I did buy them from the US store, so I think a lot of that stuff's already here. So hopefully I don't have any problems with that. But I know there's some other components that I did buy that are overseas, so we'll see. But I do plan on making a video of setting this up and doing the wiring and everything, and then testing it out, seeing if it works. I do also plan on printing out an actual full-on Stream Deck. I found another file for that, and I just want to like see if something like that would be more conducive for all the stuff I use, or if it just having the volume switches, because I do switch between my headphones. I have multiple microphones that I switch between. I use multiple audio and video sources when I'm like playing games and using Discord and stuff like that. So I want to have something that I can be able to switch the volume between the different components when I'm using them. So that's, oh, thankfully that didn't fall. So that's what I have going on with that. And then actually I do have another thing that I just finished printing. I'll show you guys that in a second. But I printed a filament winder, and I'll show you guys that in just a moment. But first off, I'm going to take you guys over here so you guys can take a look at this. So as you can see here, I have a resin print. Now this is still the water washable resin from Anycubic. I did do some testing with it, and the default settings in actually multiple slicers, Elegoo Satellite Slicer, as well as Chitu Box, which actually is what I sliced this in. The base exposure time was 35 seconds. I've actually cut that down to 25. So far, that's good. And the initial exposure time that it does is 2.5 seconds. But through my testing, this water washable resin, the gray specifically, is good at 2 seconds. So I recommend to anybody, if you are doing resin printing, test your resins, because one, it'll cut back on time. Because a lot of the exposure times are not needed. So thankfully, doing a bunch of the testing, doing the cones as well, it's just been easier. I've gotten better speeds with printing, and so far I've still gotten really good quality out of it. So right now I'm just letting it drip dry. Thankfully, I'm using this plate handle. It's been a lifesaver, because I've been able to like let the resin drip back into the plate. Obviously I got some on this tray, and if you have the Saturn 4 Ultra or the 16K, which is probably just come out, be sure to use this. As you can see, it's just, you can get stuff on the side, and you want to make sure that it doesn't get into the small gap that's there. And I believe this also comes, there's one that comes with the Mars 5. So if you guys have any one of those, be sure to use this, or some form of being able to to cover that. That's really important. But yeah, I'm gonna let this basically drip overnight, come back tomorrow, take it off the plate, wash it, and then cure it. And then hopefully, I've never done it before, but I'm gonna paint this guy. So we'll see how that goes. But this initial print took 9 hours, came out really great. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to painting this. It's actually going to be my first like real official try at painting, so wish me luck on that. But yeah, that's what I have going on here. Sadly, on my my M3 Plus, I need to replace the FEP. It unfortunately has like a small nick on the bottom. It doesn't. It's not a hole per se, but it looks like it'll lead to one. So I'm just going to replace it and then get back to. I got to do some more testing on this, but get back to it, and then I plan on using both of these because I have a bunch of different prints that I want to make and a bunch of different statues. There's actually a tracer statue that comes in multiple pieces, and I actually want to scale it up so it's actually a very large print. So I think it'll actually be pretty awesome. I'm going to FDM print the base, but then I'm going to scale up all of the component pieces and do resin for each one of those. And I'm going to use both these machines for that. And then paint that. And I think it's actually going to look pretty dope. But yeah, this one here is another statue by Printed Obsession, which I'll link down below to their page. They're on My Mini Factory and on Maker World, and I believe on Printables, but I'll link to their My Mini Factory because that's where I found them. And that's where most of their stuff is listed at. So, but yeah, that's what I have going on here. Now let me show you guys the filament winder that I was talking about. Okay. So this is the filament winder. Now, I know a lot of people are like, there's plenty of these online. You can find them everywhere, and that is true. I've actually printed out a couple of other ones before. The one thing that I actually really like about this one in particular is there are no additional parts for this. Everything on this is 100% 3D printed. One of the nice things about this in particular is this, the base piece is one piece that you can print all together. But the original creator was asked to make it printable on slightly smaller printers because this is designed to print on the X1 Carbon's build plate size. And not every printer is going to be able to do that. I couldn't print the base on my K1, but I could print all the other components. So they actually designed a base that was 2 pieces, so 2 components, so that if you have a smaller printer, you'll still be able to print this out. But this one's nice. Like I said, every part of it's 3D printable. There are no additional screws required. There's no motor needed or anything. Everything is just all in one piece. So, and it's hand cranked. Now, I think I saw online, and I'll double check, but I think there's a guy who said they were working on a motor to go with this, so you can make it automated. If that's what you want to do, I know there's some out there. I've printed one that you can add a motor to it. I've not added one, but yeah, I found these to be very, very convenient, especially when having to transfer rolls from different filaments that were on cardboard, that the cardboard was like messed up, onto a harder plastic roll that I could throw into my AMS and now my CFS. Although my CFS works with cardboard spools just fine, have not had an issue, and I've done a lot of printing with that so far. But essentially, I made this really just kind of just work for my AMS to get other branded filaments in there. But yeah, I really like this. So far, the design is great. Initially, I can't really work it with one hand, but initially I had to kind of like wind it around a number of times to kind of get it going, as well as like clear out any little inconsistencies between the gears. This whole thing is printed in PETG. One thing I do like about this setup is, and I've not seen this on other ones. Was it the shaft, I guess? But this arm or shaft, this is all one piece here, this part here, and this actually spins. So once it's done printing, you just kind of like snap it a little bit and it comes off. So actually when you're turning it, you don't have to like make your hand loose to hold on to it so it spins. It's real nice. I'm actually going to throw a roll on here and transfer it over to this so I can throw it into my AMS and see how that works. Because I know some people will say the AMS works with cardboard spools, but I've had issues with it about 50% of the time. So, and that's enough for me to say, let's just put them on plastic spools. So I've been saving my Creality spools, and I'm going to transfer some of that stuff to there. But I will say, on the CFS, I've not had any issues with cardboard spools. I've not had a single one. And that's not to say I won't ever have any, but I just haven't had any. So I'm really excited about that. But that's a really nice filament winder. I'll put a link to that down below if anybody's curious about that. All right, everybody, that's the end of the vlog. I appreciate you making it here. That's what I have going on right now. Like I said, I have basically reached a point where I'm going to do my review on this. Kind of let you guys know what my initial thoughts are, show you guys all the prints I've been doing with it, and just let you know what I overall think of this. But yeah, so expect that soon. Also, hopefully, I am able to fix the extruder problem. Such a major one. Creality, that like really has to get resolved. It's pretty bad, but outside of that, everything else has been good. But yeah, look for that review, have that coming soon. But yeah, I have a bunch of other projects I'm working on, and in a couple of months, this entire space will look very different because I'll be moving. So I'll have a different setup. Essentially, everything is going to look exactly the same. All this, where they are, is just going to be in a different in a different building. So may slow down on the vlogs a little bit, but I'll be ramping back up because I have a number of things I'm working on doing some more CAD work. I actually just got commissioned by my partner. She wants me to make some stuff for organization, and we couldn't find anything. So I was like, well, we could just make it. So I'm going to start working on those and hopefully show you guys those setups that I make, because it's going to be some containers and organizational components. So I think that'll be fun. But yeah, that's what I have. So again, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you're feeling it. But I'll see you guys later. Peace out.